Okay, so what I will do is I am just going to record this session so that if anybody would like to watch it back, it's going to be saved and it is going to be able to be watched via newsletter. And if anybody joins, I will just add them in as we go. So welcome tonight, guys. Thank you so much for taking the time to join the new exciting treatment launch that is coming to House of Skincare. And I'd just like to welcome Kelly Wiseman, who has joined us this evening from BTL, who is the company that own the machine.
Yeah, I'm so excited. I think this is going to be an exciting evening ahead. Thank you.
No problem. So we are going to go through a presentation which I've put together that just details a little bit more about the machine itself. And if we're going through the slides and you have any sort of questions that pop up, please feel free to use the chat box that you've all used just to check whether you could hear me. And we will come to those questions at the end. So just anytime, just add them to the box. So first of all, I want to ask you a couple of questions just to check that you're in the right place, and it will give you a little clue as to what's to come at House of Skincare. So in the chat box, if you just want to write your answer. So would you like to age well? Yes or no? Guys that are normally joining in on my webinars are used to me doing these sorts of quizzes. So everybody's saying yes. Yes, please, yes. That's a good sign. Okay, you can stay. And what about this next question? Would you like to lift and tighten your skin from top to toe? Yes, with lots of exclamation marks this time. Yeah. Yeah, I think I'm nodding at the same time. Okay, that's good. And would you like the option to reduce fat on the body?
Too right.
Yeah. Yeah, too right. Yes. 100%. Yes. Brilliant. This is promising. So would you like to reduce wrinkles? Need lots of that. Okay, don't. Yes, brilliant. This is good. This is a good sign. You are in the right place then. You are in the right place. So introducing the Exilis Ultra 360. Because all of those questions that you've just answered, this is the machine that does it. So the Exilis Ultra 360 is about treating wrinkles and skin laxity, as well as fat reduction on the body and skin tightening from the forehead to the big toe. And I'm going to hand over now to Kelly just to talk about a little bit more technically about the results that you're going to get.
Perfect. Thank you, Alexis. So as Alexis has said, and she's kind of covered pretty much everything there, but we really want to give you more of an insight to how we're going to do that. So basically the Exilis Ultra 360 is, as we've said, we're going to be able to treat from forehead to toe. And that's going to be either skin tightening, it's going to be wrinkle reduction, it's going to be pockets of fat. So if you look at your bodies, if you're looking at your face and you think, oh, I'd like a tighter jawline, or my neck feels a little bit crepey, then this is what we're going to be able to do for you. If you're kind of looking at your body and you think, well, I don't really like my thighs, I'd like them to be tighter, or I've got this little pocket of fat on the side, this is what we can treat. And we do this using radio frequency and ultrasound. Now, for a lot of you, you might be very familiar with RF, or you may have heard in, kind of with come into Alexis, or whether you've been to other places where they've used radio frequency or where they've used ultrasound. It's very, very specific to the type of areas that we're treating. It's very specific to the type of reaction that we're going to get. So we're looking to increase heat in the skin. We're looking to tighten the collagen structure. We're looking to enhance those elastin fibers with heat. And by doing that, we'll just get this nice tightening effect on the face. The treatments also feel really nice. So if you've had RF in the past, you may have not been a big fan because they can be quite pinchy. You can feel kind of little sensations on the skin. You can get hot spots. But with the Exilis, it's actually so safe that we heat the temperature of the skin between 40 and 42 degrees. And it's like having a hot stone massage. You're going to feel completely comfortable, completely relaxed, but while getting this amazing treatment as well. So with every single treatment that you have, you're going to get this improved texture, this improved elasticity, this improved lifting and tightening all over the body. And for those areas that we're looking to treat fat, we're utilizing more ultrasound and RF together. So we're really going to pinpoint and spot treat these areas where we have stubborn fat. You could have been going to the gym for the last 12 months, eating really healthy, but we have these tiny little areas that we just can't get rid of. And that's why this is absolutely incredible. Fantastic for those kind of little tummy areas that we're struggling with, or if you've got some laxity on the skin, on the tummy, thighs, arms, bingo wings. I think every single female I come across has these issues. But Exilis really, really works on this. And this is backed by medical grade technology. We're backed by FDA. We have medical CE markings with everything that we do. And because we are a medical company first and foremost, it's making sure that there's a safety element there. So this is really going to be an amazing starting point to get your clients, to get you guys really, really kind of educated with how this is going to work, but walking out of that door and having those tighter jaw lines, having those kind of reduced areas of small pockets of fat, and being able to kind of sit that bikini on in the summertime and feeling really confident by having something that is literally just using your own natural body's ability to tighten and reduce fat. So it's definitely one to try and get in and have the treatment.
Amazing. Absolutely. So we have got a short video for you guys to watch just to get familiar with the actual areas that can be treated as well. So let me just press play.
What I found with the Exilis Ultra is there's no limitation. The only limitation is our imagination. So I can treat any part of the body on either sex.
What they've said is that I look so much better than what I used to. They're wondering what I'm doing different. That's the perfect question.
I could see the results immediately. I know my wife has noticed it. She says, wow, you look much better.
There we go. So did everybody hear that? Was the sound working?
Yeah.
Perfect. So as the video suggests, this treatment is for absolutely everyone, all skin types, men and women. So it really is such a versatile treatment that you can have either pre-event because you've got a big milestone coming up, you've got maybe a wedding that was perhaps rescheduled from last year, unfortunately, or it can be something a little bit more serious that you may have suffered with for a number of years now. And these are some of the areas that we are using it to treat for. So let's move our faces out of the way. So let me move you to the bottom. So the Exilis is used to treat everything from superficial fine lines to deep wrinkles. So we're looking at deep tissue on the face, neck and body. The skin, as a result, becomes smoother, fine lines are reduced, whilst the body and face is reshaped and recontoured. And we're going to show you a couple of before and afters as we go later into this presentation. But it really is about, I don't know whether anybody here has found, but we mostly all try and lift our face, or we tie our hair up to give a mini facelift. And this is exactly what it's going to be doing for the skin. So fat deposits in hard to reach areas can be reduced, all with long lasting results. So they can continue to maintain a healthy diet and lifestyle. It is suitable for those with stubborn, mild to moderate fat deposits, and can be even postponed or even eliminate the need for invasive treatments like liposuction in the future. Because this is about, like Kelly was saying, stubborn areas of fat. So obviously this has to be used alongside, a healthy lifestyle. But like Kelly was saying, we've all got those little areas which could just use a little bit of a helping hand. So it is important to note that it's not a weight loss solution, but it's something to give you a little bit of a helping hand, because it can be used to treat love handles, bingo wings, saddlebags on the hips and thighs, post-baby tummies, turkey necks, and jowling on the face. So here are a few case studies. So we have got case studies for the eyes here. So as it says at the bottom, a course of 4 treatments is required. So Kelly, do you want to just explain a little bit about why the course of 4 is so important?
Yeah, of course. So we would always recommend a series of 4 treatments, and we would space these once a week for 4 weeks. The reason for this is to make sure that we get enough of that collagen structure developed and the activation of those collagen structures, but not to the point where we start to damage. So we have to be very mindful of spacing and time in between these sessions. And because we're heating this tissue to a high temperature, we're heating the tissue between 40 and 42 degrees. And this is where clinically you get a collagen response in the skin. So you very, very quickly start to see these improvements. Now you can see in this picture here that this is actually after the 2nd treatment. What I don't want people to think is this is going to be, wow, a quick fix. Because although this is after the 2nd treatment, we get a peak and then we get a drop. So you have to be mindful that we have to have 4 sessions, and this is to actually stabilize that collagen and put it in that kind of frame where it's going to be sustained. So as with everything, we have to put a building block in there, and it takes time to develop, and that's what we get for the 4 sessions. Once you've had...
Oh, I don't speak first. Yes, I understand. Apparently, I work with Mr. and Mrs.
Once you've had 4 sessions, then we wait. And it's really important to have this waiting process. We would like to give you a 12-week process for all of those collagen structures to kind of really embed, the elastin fibers to embed, all of that fibroblastic activity to really do what it needs to do. And clinically, we would always say that 12 weeks is the optimum time. So we treat for 4 weeks and then we wait for 8 weeks for the actual results to come through. So be mindful when you're having these sessions. As much as you will see improvement, you will see bigger improvements once you get to that 3-month process.
Absolutely, because it's all about collagen reproduction, and that generally happens between 30 and 45 days, averagely from person to person. As we age, that becomes more the 45-day plus.
Yeah.
So obviously it is, you know, dependent on where we are on that scale as to how frequently your collagen is going to be reproducing, how well you're looking after your skin. Obviously the skin that we do in treatment already by helping you with your facials, having the products at home, this is all going to be an enhancement to help with these results.
Absolutely.
So this is another case study of the eyes, and this is actually after the 4th treatment. So yeah, as you can see, a real sort of dramatic change in the fine lines. And I know, you know, there are some people that have always asked me about injectable treatments, and obviously we do have that on offer at the clinic. So this is an alternative for injectable treatments, because as you can see, it looks like she's had an injectable treatment. But having said that, if you are somebody that does have injectable treatments, by having the skin tightening in between is only going to prolong that as well. Isn't that right, Kelly?
Absolutely. And it's, again, it's really important. We have a lot of clinics that offer both, or they offer just one, or they offer kind of, you know, depending on what they need. What I would always say to people is start with something like this to give you that good structuring, to give you that base, because then when it comes to you having your injectables, they will actually be so much better because the integrity of the skin is healthier. So your fillers will sit better, or your Botox will sit better. But also, because we've thickened and strengthened that dermal matrix, it will just sit for much longer. So these results that you can see here will be sustained for 9 to 12 months without having to necessarily do anything else. So if you can imagine then just tweaking with skincare and a few injectables, if that's where you want to be, the results are absolutely phenomenal. And we've even had people, and this is going back to some of our clinics in the States, actually putting off having facelifts because they've had such incredible results from having skin tightening. So, you know, it's not just us saying this is amazing, have it, it's gonna, you know, get rid of your lines and wrinkles. They're clinically proven to reduce these problems. And then with the help of you doing your treatments, having your toxin, having your fillers, you will just get this sustained, healthy, functioning skin that will just go on to progress even better.
Definitely, because when we take the photos in clinic, we obviously are going to be taking them to keep on your files right at the beginning of treatment. We'll then not take any more until that sort of 4th session. And then when you come back for your review 8 weeks later, you will just see a nice gradual transition of how it can just change by leaving that 8-week gap.
And it does actually make quite a big difference. And unfortunately, because we look at ourselves every day in the mirror, we don't see that happening. And I've had so many patients come back to me and go, oh, Kelly, but it didn't work. And I'm like, show me your photos. And then I've done a side by side, and the difference has been phenomenal. Even my own photos, which I've shared with you, are incredible. So, you know, kind of don't get bogged down by looking in the mirror and going, oh, I've not seen the results. Let's wait and let's see those before and afters, because they are truly incredible.
Definitely. So this is just one of the last eye ones that I wanted to show you, just because it's a bit different. It's more about the puffiness as well as those sort of finer lines that you can see. But after, you know, like a second treatment, this person was already starting to see a result with just the puffiness. You know, we're all very conscious of our eyes at the moment with wearing masks. Eyes are the new lips, as it is at the moment during the pandemic. So these are what we're focusing on most. I think most people will agree at the moment. So by almost having a bit of an eye lift, you know, here as well, it really can just open the eyes for some people, you know, because if you have hooded eyes and puffiness underneath, it can really just open the eye, which is a great treatment to have.
The great thing about this as well is generally you can't treat around the eye with a lot of treatments, but this you can treat right up to the lash line and right over the orbital bone here, so you get a nice eyebrow lift. But then because we're encouraging lymphatic drainage, we get this really nice smoothing effect around the lower eye as well. So as you've just said, kind of just really opening that eye up and lifting that lid. And there's little techniques that you'll do to kind of just give that extra something, so you can be very, very tailor-made to your individual clients as well.
Which is exactly what House of Skincare is about. So it's the perfect addition. So moving on to more of the facial structure now, because as it said at the beginning, it is about sort of lifting and contouring the features that we already have. So with this woman, you can see that after the fourth treatment, there's a reduction under the chin to give more of that V, that almost snatched jawline that people are considering having with injectable treatments. But as you can see, it is already lifting this area and has softened this line as well. So, and again, it just gives that radiant glow, which I think so many clients come here to me and they say, I just want skin radiance, which you can absolutely do with skin peels, products at home with the right ingredients. But with a treatment, I think this is an added bonus.
Definitely, definitely. And I think, you know, we think about how we stimulate that glow and that health in the skin, and it's all by nourishing and feeding. And because we're using such high temperatures, but very comfortable, we're encouraging that blood circulation, that blood flow, which will naturally nourish and feed the upper layers of the skin. So you just get this glow effect. And this doesn't just last for one treatment. This continues to get better, and your makeup will go on perfectly afterwards, and you will just see this tightening and this kind of almost refined appearance on the skin, which will continue to get better the more and more you have treatment. And then when you leave that, that will continue to work in the skin as well.
100%. So here again, skin rejuvenation, skin tightening, like this is a real wow before and after, I think, because not only have you reduced sort of fine lines, wrinkles in the face, but you've given that real definition up behind the ear, under the submental here, and that nice jawline as well. I think this is a really lovely before and after, actually, and just shows that it really doesn't matter. It's never too late, because you can still get the response in the skin at any age.
Absolutely. And I think if you've been looking after your skin anyway, and you've got clients that have been coming to you for a long time, that have been having treatments for a long time, you will find that they will get quicker responses as well, because the skin is healthy, the structure is there, the foundation's built, and then from there it will just develop.
Absolutely. There's another nice one here, which gives more of that V at the front of the face, lifting the corners of the mouth even as well, because a lot of people can say, oh, I just feel like I look sad, or I feel like I look tired, or the corners are drooping a little bit. We can give that jowl lift and that sculpting around the jawline just by doing that one area.
definitely.
And then we're moving on to the body. So like we said, we don't just have to treat the face. Décolleté is almost one of those like telltale signs, isn't it? I always find hands, neck, and décolleté.
Absolutely.
Everybody always focuses on here a lot of the time, but as we age, definitely this can start to feel a little bit more crepey. And I think that with the use of product, it can absolutely aid this, because if you're looking after your skin at home, then the results are going to be even better.
This is probably one of my favorite areas as well to treat, because it responds so quickly. And again, it doesn't matter kind of the age, you get such an incredible response because the skin is so thin here. You just get a very, very quick response to it. So for those ladies that, you know, have been maybe in the sun in the past and they have got a lot of those vertical lines, within one session, just the way that the skin plumps out, you will see such an improvement. And this is one of my go-to treatments on my décolleté. I am like, once I've done this, especially if you've got an event or an occasion and you're wearing something low, or you're wearing something, it just gives you this bright wow effect to your décolleté and neck. So yeah, definitely a go-to treatment.
Yes. Then we've got stomach as well. So stomach, as you can see here, for fat reduction, it's massive. It's even given, you know, a lift and sculpt around the sides here. But, you know, stomach is one of those things, you know, you can work out, you can go to the gym, abs are made in the kitchen, all this type of paraphernalia that we're just almost sold to. You can obviously still maintain a healthy diet and lifestyle. So if you're doing that and then having this treatment, I think it's a real wow factor as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And again, you know, I think we all have this perception of fat reduction, but, you know, there's going to be a lot of people that just really struggle with these areas, you know, and I can say my saddlebags at the side of my legs, they're my real like issue area. And just having these will smooth it out, but you can see that there's a big reduction. And that's because, again, of the heating process that we use with the RF, but this is the ultrasound. And again, clinically proven to affect the adipose tissue. So it's not just us saying we can get rid of fat. Yeah. Clinically, we actually destroy fat cells. The body will naturally start to break that down then and remove it through the lymphatic system. So having a course of this on those stubborn areas, again, you might not necessarily see it and feel it straight away. Give it 12 weeks and you will start to see an improvement and a much smoother, more contoured appearance to the body. And that's the thing, we're body shaping and contouring. And by doing that, we're going to give a much nicer silhouette. You're going to pop your jeans on, they're going to feel more comfortable, you're going to feel more confident. So it's not always necessarily about the circumferal reduction, but about the change in shape that we can actually generate with this treatment, which is amazing. You know, who wants to go for lipo? The downtime, the problems that come with it, the unevenness. This is so specific and you can treat everywhere.
The beauty of it is, like you just said, you'll have a little bit of redness after the treatment, but if you had a real big event on that night, on you were going out, you could have it on the same day and your skin would just come alive that day. So even for those of you that may pop in to see me on your lunch hour, it's still absolutely fine to have it because it's almost like a lunchtime facelift.
Definitely.
And then lastly for the body, we have got our bingo wing area, which I think, you know, you can really see the crepey texture here, the area that's been treated, how much smoother that looks. And like we keep saying, this will get better. So you take this photo sort of 3 months down the line, provided that you're looking after that area with a particular body cream, which can be recommended to you, it's going to just keep getting better and better. We don't have a before and after for it, but it even sculpts the bum area as well, which I think for summer bikini season coming up, I think that is definitely going to be a popular thing.
Definitely. Bum lifts are literally all the rage. Everybody wants a perky bum for summer, so we can definitely do that as well.
Definitely. Oh, there's the last one, which is back. So this one, you can see, you know, the stubborn sort of pockets of fat here have been massively, you know, dissolved here. And then it's given that real contoured inward sculpting look here. So,
and I think it's worth mentioning here as well, we can obviously treat like the bra rolls and kind of even just the kind of small areas in the bra strap here at the front of the arms. Wherever your problematic area is, with Exilis, you can treat those areas. So, you know, there's no area that can be left. You could literally have full from head to toe treatment and treat the whole of your body and have a result on every single area.
Definitely. I'll get booking out the diary with long
full body.
I think everybody's thinking, yeah. So how long do the results last? Are they a permanent thing? Obviously, nothing is permanent. It always has to be maintained. So it is clinically backed. So the data that supports the machine is all clinically based. So the results are generally permanent, but provided that you are maintaining, you know, your healthy lifestyles, you are using your skincare, you're potentially coming in for your facials every sort of 4 to 6 weeks to just keep your skin cells healthy and rejuvenated, it's going to really support this. And as we said, an initial course of 4 treatments is recommended. Now, for those that already come and see me, you know how I work very much on a bespoke level. So when you come into the clinic, you generally get more than one treatment in your experience. So with the Exilis, provided that you've had your course of 4, when you come back for your review in 8 weeks, you can, if that times well with your facial treatment, you can have your review top up in that session if it was on the face, for example. So it really can be used alongside your current facial treatments, but a course of 4 treatments absolutely is a must to see the results initially. And those 4 treatments are spaced 1 week apart. So when anybody signs up for a course, those 4 treatments are booked in so that we've got them in the diary and we can spread them out accordingly to your needs. And as a result, the results can last anywhere between 9 to 12 months, with clients coming in for a top up either every month, every quarter, so every 3 months, or you could come in every 6 months. It really depends on our consultation. And as you know, the consultation is the most important part of any treatment, but we can always talk about what the results it is that you want, how I personally feel you could maintain it. But generally speaking, the results, some people will have 1 course and they might not have another course for a year. So it really is going to be tailor-made at consultation. So we do have an introductory offer, and this is a really big saving as an introductory offer. And obviously it's a brand new treatment, so I wanted to be able to offer it to you for your loyalty to the clinic, and it's something very new and exciting. So for a limited time only, all of this can be sent to you afterwards as well, but the courses are as follows. So for the face area, as an example, so this is neck, jawline, mid-face, eyes, forehead. So for a full face treatment, including the neck, It is normally 600, but you are getting it for £500. Now, that £500 can be paid up front, or if every week you would like to spread the cost, it will actually be 150. So the saving is when you actually purchase it at 500. Then for those that may not necessarily want or need the full face, I have done an offer for half of the face. So whether you want the eyes and forehead done, or whether you want a contoured cheek, jawline, or neck and jawline, then this is going to be £400 and it's normally £480. And then with the body, because we're treating larger areas with the body, it is a price for one area. So abdomen, back, thighs, the buttock area, décolleté, arms. A course of 4 treatments is £500, normally £600. But what I've done for the body is if you buy a course of one area, you will get the second half price. But this is for a limited time only. So if you would like to inquire about starting your skin tightening journey, then all you have to do is email the email address that is on screen currently, because I am taking bookings as of next week. I already do have a couple of people that have booked in who I have sneakily told about this launch already, as I knew they couldn't make it tonight. So I will be commencing treatments as of next week. So I think we've gone through absolutely everything about the Exilis 360. So I would like to open the floor to questions. So if you do have any questions, please pop them in the chat box. But obviously if we've covered everything, then please feel free to ask anything, as I know it's been a lot of information this evening, but who's excited as we are?
Definitely.
So we've got no questions from me, but it's very exciting. Good, I'm so pleased that you were able to join. It's all very exciting. But Kelly, do you have anything to say? Do you feel like I've covered everything today?
Yeah, absolutely. And I think you will, when it comes down to consultations, I think your clients are going to be asking away. But yeah, I think just for the lovely ladies that have joined us this evening, I think it's great to kind of just give you a little bit of confidence in the fact that the Exilis has been around for about 15 years now. You know, this isn't new technology, and we've been using RF for such a long time. And again, like I say, it's clinically proven. So, you know, some people can be quite skeptical sometimes, or just not sure. The fact that it's been around for so long, the fact that, you know, we have big celebrities that have used these treatments in the past. For the Kardashians using our machines, you know, it's out there. People have been using these, so we know that this works. And I just hope that your clients, once they get on the couch, they're just going to fall in love with it. They're going to fall in love with it and be wowed, just as you were when you had the treatment.
Oh, I was on the couch, and the next day I was like, I feel sculpted. And then you went home and did it for yourself because you were just...
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, I'm lucky. Obviously, I work for the company, so I get to kind of have the machines and try them out. But I have to say, you know, and again, I've shown you my before and afters. My jawline this time last year was nothing like it is now. And that was from doing a course of 4 treatments. And then I've just done the kind of regular maintenance. Yeah. And just, like I say, I think it was Friday, just done a half face, neck, and then I did my legs. And there's a nice jawline emerging just here. And for somebody who's 40, so kind of putting it into perspective as well, you know, it does make a big difference doing something like this to really maintain the health of the skin. And, you know, for me, it's preventative.
Yeah.
I don't want to age gracefully. I want to, you know, I want to keep looking healthy but I don't want to have fillers, and I don't want to have Botox all the time.
Yeah.
I want to do it naturally at the same time. So,
yeah,
you know, by any means, you know, if anybody's got any questions about, you know, even my personal experiences, please feel free to ask away.
Yeah, so we've had a question saying that I was a little late joining, so apologies if you've answered, but what age would you recommend this starting? Is it best to wait until a certain point, or yeah?
If you have skin, if you have skin, come and have the treatment done. The great thing about Exilis is it's about maintenance, it's about prevention. It's literally as soon as you feel that you're ready to have this. We have clients in their 20s having this. Equally, we have clients in their 70s having this. So there is no right or wrong age, because skin ages very, very differently in every single patient. And, you know, if you've had somebody who's been in the sun with no SPF consistently, and then you've got somebody who's always wore an SPF and protected their skin, they could be the same age, but their skin will age very differently. So their response to this treatment will be very different. So I would say, answer to your question, start as soon as you possibly can to prevent the problems from occurring later.
Definitely. And as we said, you know, after the initial 4, we can work out a maintenance program for you, where if you know, feel that we need to do every month, then we can, or if you have your regular facial treatments, because I do have clients on a subscription, by you having those facials in between and then potentially having a booster top up, one session every 3-6 months, and then not having your full course again for another 12, it's only just going to keep getting better.
Absolutely. And it's not a case of picking and choosing whether, oh, well, do I have an Exilis or do I have something else? They can so easily intertwine with each other. And again, that's the beauty of Exilis. It will fit in with your treatments that you already offer. It will fit in with your skincare. It will fit in with your clients, and, you know, their ability to be able to come in for, you know, a period of time. Or they might say to you, oh, well, I can't get in for that this time, but can I just have a small proportion, or can I just get my jawline done? Absolutely. You don't always have to have everything. And to be honest, I'm a big believer in do half the face and see the result, and then do the other half the face, because that's where you just go, wow, this is incredible.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if you are, again, somebody that potentially does have injectables, there is a gap that we just need to leave in between. But if, for example, you were considering injectables, having this a month before, then having your injectable, that's going to last way longer. And if you're somebody that doesn't have injectables and wants an alternative, this absolutely, as you saw in the before and afters, is exactly like the result that you're going to get.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And you're just gonna, like I say, it feels amazing as well. It's such a warming sensation. You feel relaxed, it's comfortable, but with that wow factor at the end of it.
Yeah, definitely. So I hope that answered everybody's questions. And as you know, as always, you can message me at any time. Following tonight's video, I will be sending out a newsletter just detailing everything that we've spoken about. But as ever, if you would like any inquiries about anything, you know where my email address is. So on that note, thank you so much to everybody that joined this evening. And thank you so much, Kelly, for joining and supporting this tonight.
An absolute pleasure. And you're going to be amazing. And I think you're going to love the treatments.
I can't wait to get started. So have a lovely evening, everyone. And I shall hopefully see you all in clinic very soon. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.
Bye.